If you're running Google Ads for your HVAC business and it feels like you're burning money, you probably are. Most HVAC companies are making the same three mistakes: wrong keywords, wrong campaign setup, and a landing page that sends warm leads down the drain with crappy landing pages and much, much more. I've managed Google Ads for many HVAC companies, and I'm going to show you the exact setup we use, from the fundamentals, the campaign structure, and the keyword strategy that actually gets calls booked without spending $40 a click. So let's get straight into it. First, you want to start with the fundamentals. Every HVAC business I see struggling with Google Ads has skipped at least one of these things. Conversion tracking, number one, first and foremost, has to be working perfectly before you turn on a single campaign. Phone calls have to be tracked, form fills have to be tracked, and Google needs to know what a real lead looks like, not just a click. If tracking is broken, Google is pretty much going to optimize blind, and it keeps spending on clicks and those search terms that you see in your search term reports that are keywords that are completely irrelevant. And these are going to be clicks that don't even turn to calls or real bookings for you otherwise. If you can, take it a step further and start with offline conversion tracking. This is where you would push your actual closed deals back into Google Ads so the algorithm learns to find paying customers and not just form fills. I actually have a whole video on offline conversion tracking. I'll leave it in the link in the description or somewhere on this video. Next is your landing page. This is where most HVAC companies lose a lead after a perfectly good click. Form above the fold is the number one thing that you need to focus on in your landing page. The visitor that comes from your Google Ads is already a warm lead, so they shouldn't have to scroll a single pixel before they want to fill out the form because they already have the intent. So this isn't Meta ads, this is Google Ads. They already know what they want. If they have to hunt the form, more than likely they're going to leave. Number two is testimonials from sources people actually trust. Those are things like Trustpilot, Yelp, Google My Business, and many, many more. Things like Clutch even work, but Trustpilot, Yelp, and Google are like the highest ones. Real platform logos and real actual reviews, not a white background with some reviews that you got from somebody off of text or anything like that. You want to make sure that they're actually real and they're from a trusted platform. Lastly, you're going to want to make sure on your landing page that you have real photos of your work. This means that the actual systems that you've installed, actual repairs that you've done, maybe even WhatsApp screenshots that you've had of clients and their testimonials, and how great you've been as a business as a whole, or even your technicians, how well they've done in the past. So you also want to make sure, as a very last thing, that your location is mentioned multiple times throughout this landing page within your Google Ads campaign. What does that mean? It means that above the fold, you have the form, and then you have, for example, I'm based in Houston, so it would be the best Houston HVAC service tech or installer within the Richmond area. For example, Houston is really big, Richmond and Katy is the surrounding area. So you want to be as granular as possible if you can. Code your landing page to whenever somebody shows up in a specific location or in a specific zip code, it would change to that, or run different campaigns that are showing up for different localities within your region. So there's many different ways to do it, but these are the number one fundamentals that you have to get right before you even touch your Google Ads campaign. So now getting into the meat of things, the Google ad campaign structure itself. If you're a lower budget HVAC operator, owner, or business owner, whatever you are, on your lower budget, you're going to want to make sure that you're running search ads only, not display retargeting, not PMAX, not standard shopping. If you're running that, you're going to want to make sure that you're running search only. Now, what are the prerequisites or the fundamentals to running a proper search campaign? Number one is making sure that you are not on search or display partners. Search and display partners are essentially something that Google does to partner with third-party websites to show display ads on these websites. Think about a fake news website that you see when Googling some big thing that happened around your area, or just general United States news. You get these random websites and there's tons of little display ads all around them. Those are search partner and display partner ads. Do you want to show on those? More than likely you don't. You don't want your leads to be coming in areas and locations like that. You know they're not high intent. The second thing that you want to focus on is your location targeting. Google Ads has one sneaky little trick whenever you set up your search ads, that where it shows on presence or presence by interest. Presence is whenever somebody is in the locality, zip code, city, state, or even country that you selected. Presence by interest is where Google Ads goes by people that are interested in those localities that you selected. Now, this is a very obvious question, But would you rather want to show to people that are actually in your location that desperately needs your services? Or would you want to show on someone who's in Europe who wants to move to Chicago or Atlanta, wherever you're watching this video from? No, you're going to want to show to people that are actively in your area and need your services. Now, the third thing is that if your budget is tight, you're going to want to make sure you're running 1 or 2 campaigns. What does tight look like? That's anything below $10,000 or anything around or even below $5,000. Honestly, I would say $5,000 to $10,000 is where you can run 2, but even more than 2, you're going to spread yourself thin. If you're watching this video, you already know that HVAC cost per click is already high. I'll show you later in the video how we can avoid that and make sure we're getting high intent clicks. But you're going to want to make sure you're running 1 or 2 search campaigns on services that you know are going to get you leads, and on an offer that you promote on meta ads, that you promote on SEO or anything like that that has worked and has been proven to work within your customers in the past. Lastly, whenever you start with these 1 or 2 campaigns, you're going to want to make sure that you start with exact and phrase match keywords. Exact keywords look like this, and phrase match keywords look like this. You're going to want to make sure you're running on those 2, and whenever you get proper conversion data, more than say 20-30 conversions per month, you can start testing with broad match, but ideally you just want to stay within these 2. The last thing you also want to focus on is make sure that your search term lists are completely clean. What that means is whenever you go to your insights and then click on search terms within your Google Ads account, you're going to see all the search terms that your customers are searching for. Make sure you're cleaning that up every single day for about a week or 2 or 3 weeks until you see nothing but the keywords that your ideal customer is going to show for. Now let's go on to the next thing, that is keyword structure, which is going to blow your mind on how you can get really, really cheap clicks and high intent leads. Real quick, if you're watching this and you're an HVAC business owner or installer and you don't want to do these things yourself, you'd be much rather focused on making your customers happy and doing service and installations, feel free to reach out to my team in the link in the bio, and we'll provide you with a free Google Ads audit and strategy session completely at no cost to you. Now back to the video. Now the keywords is where most HVAC businesses waste the most money, and it is the easiest thing to fix once you understand it. Everyone bids on the same keywords: HVAC service near me, AC repair technician, HVAC technician, all the generic stuff that you know would work if you were a customer, right? And that's because everyone is bidding on them. The cost per clicks are anywhere from $28 to $55 a click. Here in Houston, it can get as high as $100, and you don't want to pay $100 for a click that may or may not convert. I mean, just do the math. $40 a click, 10% landing page conversion rate. You're spending $400 per phone call. Close 1 in 3, and that's $1,200 in ad spend before you even pull into the driveway. So how do you prevent that? Well, there's a better category of keywords, and it comes down to one concept and solution, and that is solution-aware intent. A solution-aware searcher already knows what they want. They're not searching for HVAC service. They're searching for Carrier 2-ton AC installer in Houston, for example. That's a completely different person. The first person knows that they're looking for a solution to their problem. They don't know what that solution is yet. The second person I mentioned about the Carrier 2-ton AC installer, that's someone that has spoken to other HVAC technicians, gotten a quote, and now they're looking for someone to actually do their service for them. Maybe they haven't gotten a quote. Maybe just simply they know exactly what they want after some good online YouTubing and Googling, and now they know what to search for. And you are going to be that person that shows up for a cheaper cost per click. Now, for example, that keyword might cost around $5 to $9 a click, not $40 a click. Check around your locality using Google Keyword Planner. Put in your city and then put in the keyword that you have in, and then you can see how much that keyword is going to cost. It doesn't have to be the Carrier 2-ton. Maybe for you it's Goodman or anything like that. But specific to your service, just make sure that you're typing the actual product and the service that you're installing, and see what the cost per click is on that as compared to HVAC technician near you. Now, let me give you another example. The same is with train furnace repair in a specific city like Houston, mini split installation in a specific zip code. These are specific, low competition because national brands are not targeting them, and the clicks are very, very warm. Emergency keywords are in their own bucket. Emergency AC repair with a neighborhood or city attached, maybe it's around like $10 to $14 a click. To be honest, it's probably a lot higher than that. So the higher the niche or the higher the emergency need is, or how generic it is, that's higher and higher and higher the cost per click is going to be. So the rule is pretty simple. You're going to want to make sure that you're choosing exact and phrase match keywords of solution aware buyers rather than problem aware buyers that are looking for the solution to whatever furnace or AC that they have installed in their home. Whenever you have this locked down and you have specific landing pages that are curated around these keywords, I promise you it's going to be a gold mine of leads that are significantly cheaper than $40 cost per click. So there it is, the 3 things that make or break Google Ads for an HVAC business. Get the fundamentals locked in. Tracking, landing page, offline conversions. Set up the campaign right from the start with search only, presence targeting, exact and phrase match keywords to start, and shift your keyword strategy from expensive things like HVAC operator or HVAC service technician near me to things like carrier 2-ton installer within your locality or city. Make sure your landing page is locked in, and then I promise you, if you use everything in this video, you're bound to get tons of leads. Now you have 2 options. Your first option is you can try this yourself. You can waste a lot of budget and money because I'll be honest, there's a lot more than what's in this video than to get proper Google Ads leads. And the second option is that you can contact me and my team. We're going to literally go into your Google Ads account and we're going to shift to everything that is making you money, not leads, making you actual money in installations. And then we will focus on that and explode your Google Ads account to make it into a money-making machine. Obviously, we're not just going to go off what you've created. We're going to implement our proven strategies that we've done with multiple different HVAC business owners. So if you're interested, click the link in the bio, fill out the contact form, and we'll reach out to you as soon as possible for your free audit and strategy session, and we'll get you some more installation services and repairs. Thank you for watching, and subscribe and like for more videos. Thank you.